tonight we're making Korean style sweet potato with a Japanese sweet potato, right? So all I've done here is I've taken the sweet potatoes and I've rinsed them. And believe it or not, the only thing you have to do to these things is roast them, right? So basically these things are eaten with nothing else. They're eaten on their own here, right? So if you've ever seen Attack on Titan, right? Sasha is one of the characters in Attack on Titan, and there's this this ongoing gag where, let me just let the helicopter pass by. Where she is always eating sweet potatoes. And that might look a little bit strange, but that is actually not an uncommon thing to do in Japan and in Korea, right? So, in fact, if you ever, if you see like, I don't know, is it, what's the movie with Christian Bale in it? I think it's Empire of the Sun. Right, when they're in their internment camp, right? And what are they feeding the prisoners? They're feeding them potatoes. They're feeding them sweet potatoes, right? So this is actually like a very common dish. What is uncommon is to make it in the middle of the summer, and so which is what I'm doing here, right? But basically, there was a discount on them in the market, right? And so I decided, like, well, like, it's been kind of cool here lately. This might be a good time to sort of have some of them here, right? So I'm using a toaster oven right now. Right now, my oven is being used, and so you might have been wondering what I was doing just now. I'm just poking these all around with a fork to try to break the skin a little bit, right? So basically, I want the whole potato to sort of caramelize, right? I want it to become like a baked potato, basically, right? But this is just going to help along that process. It's going to help some of the moisture escape from the outer layers, and so the outer layers will become a little bit crisper, a little bit more crisper. It's not. It'll become more caramelized, right? And then these potatoes are all different sizes. That is okay. I'm guessing that these two here, which are kind of like longer and thinner, they're probably going to finish, I don't know, a little bit earlier. But that's fine. Just remove these two before we move the other one, right? So this is going into a pretty hot oven right now, right? So this is going to be 400 degrees, right? I could probably put this up even to 425, right? I'm just roasting a potato, right? So any way you would roast a potato or bake a potato is fine for this. And I'm going to set this for about an hour. I'll probably check in on it around the 45-minute mark. We'll see where it's at. Alrighty, everyone. So we are about not quite halfway through the cooking time of an hour, right? But we are a good like 20-ish minutes in, right? And what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to flip these all over, right? Yeah, look, you can see it's starting to. I can see, so I don't know if you can see it's starting to ooze onto the bottom here, right? So I'm going to flip this over, and because I'm using a toaster oven as opposed to a more conventional oven, right? What I'm going to do here is I'm also going to rotate this whole thing 180, right? Just because I think that whatever is closest to the entrance is going to be a little bit cooler based off of the dimensions of our toaster oven here, right? So I'll check in again on that in like about 20-ish minutes or so. I can tell you right now that the house already smells very much like a sweet potato farm right now. Not much farm, but like I can smell it smells very good right now with the sweet potatoes. Alrighty. So we are back. Like, it took a little bit longer than I waited a little bit longer to come down. This is about maybe 30 minutes after my last post here, right? So these look like they are basically done. And I'm just going to try poking it with a fork really quick and seeing what happens. Oh, yeah. You see how the skin is kind of like shriveled, or the potatoes kind of shriveled away from the skin. Yeah, I think these are basically done, right? So in terms of what these look like, I guess what I can do here is I can just break one open for you. And I was going to try cutting this on a plate, but I think that's a little bit unnecessary. Right, so these are obviously going to be quite hot. Ooh, yeah, I think these are good. They are steaming. They're a little bit too hot to eat right now, but that will not be the case for very long, right? So you do want to eat these hot. You might notice I made 4 of these right now, and that is mainly because it's kind of annoying to get them set up in the oven and to have the oven heated on and letting out the residual heat. But they should, once you've roasted them, they should like just perk right back up in the microwave if you just chill them overnight. Sorry. You can chill them overnight, and then they should just perk back up in the microwave. Right, so I'm going to go serve these, and I'll see you all next time.